Hey, what's up my YouTube family? It's your man DJ ROCK CEE from ROCK CEE Entertainment coming to you with another video. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the 3 best samplers drum machine ever made. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Alright, so before I begin, I cannot go any further in the video without mentioning the Godfather, the emulator SP12. Alright guys, and be aware, I'm not talking about the 3 best drum machine. I'm talking about the 3 sampler drum machine that was ever created. There's a lot of drum machine that was great back in the late 70s and early 80s, like the 808, which is classic, which we still use the sound of the 808 even in today's modern music. So you know, it cannot be mentioned in this because I'm talking about sampling or sampler drum machine. Another great drum machine was the Lane drums. And that was a great drum machine. The DMX was a great drum machine. It's a lot of different drum machine, but in today's video we're talking about the 3 best best sampler drum machine that was ever created. So let's bear that in mind. So this was not on the list, but I cannot, go without mentioning the Godfather. So let's go ahead with the first one on the list. Alright, so to begin with the list, we start off with the SP1200. It was introduced in 1987-1988. It was the SP12 on steroids. Due to the fact that they double up the time from 5 seconds. A matter of fact, on the SP12 originally it was only 2.5 if I'm not mistaken. So they double up the time on this from the turbo, which was 5 seconds of sampling time. This one has 10 seconds of sampling time plus the floppy drive, which makes a big difference. If you are an SP user, you know the difference that it makes having that floppy drive versus the internal memory. Reason why is because you're more limited with internal memory. After you fill up your sequences or all your sequences, which is the 0 to 99, which is 100 sequences on this, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this machine is iconic to the hip hop community. So I love this machine, the sound, everything about this machine, and up to date. Is one of the machines that a lot of the newer samplers drum machine emulates. So that to show you how great that the 3 drum machine that I'm mentioning in this video, they are so good that even modern equipment try to emulate that. So first up on the list was the SP1200. Alright, so second on the list we have the MPC, the legendary MPC 60, which is a great drum machine. It has a character of its own, just like the SP1200, and it's a 12-bit sampler, just like the 1200 as well. This drum machine was introduced to us in 1988 by Ryan Lane. He was the designer of the Lane drum and and the MPC 3000 and stuff like that. So this drum machine is a classic, also iconic when it comes to the hip hop community. A lot of great hit songs was created on this. A lot of Dr. Dre early works was created on this stuff. So this machine is number 2 on the list. And the list do not go by which one is the best, so don't get it twisted. But this is a drum machine. I'm not gonna get in which one is the best drum machine sampler. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna show you and educate you some of information on these drum machine samplers that was created in the 80s and that still are number 1 ever made. So this was one of the best drum machine samplers ever made. The SP or the MPC 60 Mac 1. The Mac 2 is the same thing as this. Only difference with the Mac 2, they changed the body into a whole plastic body, and they added the headphone jack. So that's the only difference between it, but inside is the same motherboard, the same components that they use in this machine. Like I said, this machine was released in 1988. That's a long time ago. It's in fantastic condition, especially for a machine that's this old. But so number 2 on the list, the legendary MPC 60 Mark 1. Alright, next up we have the legendary MPC 3000. This also is one of Roger's design, which was so great. It was very innovative. Alright, the sampling rate in this machine is 44.1 16-bit, which makes this machine a great machine even to today's standard. This machine could get in the ring with any other MPCs or any other drum machine sampler out there in modern days. Like, the quality in this machine is fantastic. The workflow is fantastic in this machine. People ask me all the time which is my best or which one is my favorite drum machine. And I will always say the MPC 3000. Not saying that in this list is the best drum machine sampler. Not saying that, but if you ask me what's my favorite, I would say this. And it has to do a lot with the workflow and the quality. I always tell people that this machine give you a more modern workflow and the old sound. So that's how I define this machine as. So it's iconic. It's an iconic drum machine, was used by Dr. Dre as well in the early 90s. This was introduced like in 93, 94. So yeah, great drum machine. So like I said, in this list, you have the SP1200, which was in the list of number 1. Number 2, we had the MPC 60 Mark 1. I would say the Mark 2 as well. It's the same drum machine sampler. And now we have the MPC 3000, which, these drum machines are so legendary that, and so iconic that it's still used in a lot of the modern equipment. Like if you buy an MPC X, for example, you're gonna have an emulator of, that MPC 3000, the MPC 60, and the SP1200. If you have a MPC Live as well. Even Machine Studio. Like when the first time I bought my Machine Studio, and I'm like, looking through, and I'm like, oh, if you want to sound like an MPC 3000, just press this button, or if you want to sound like an SP1200. So these new machine emulates what these older machine does. Can it get close? It's kind of close. I wouldn't say it's quite there yet, but it's close. But nothing beats the original machine. Nothing like the real thing, right? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, grasped some kind of information in this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's a perfect time to hit that subscribe button for more interesting videos like this. I would like to take the time out to thank all my subscribers for subscribing to this channel. It's your man DJ ROCK CEE from ROCK CEE Entertainment. Until next time. Yeah.